Hey y'all, it's Allie and I am back with a video for y'all. I'm really excited about this one. It is kind of long overdue. I've been asked recently if I had an updated top 5 favorite products that I use in my journaling, and I was like, you know what? It has been a really long time. It's been a really long time since I have done that. There's actually products that I don't use anymore at all, and there's reasons for them and that I don't use them. So yeah, I thought that would be a really good thing for me to really hunker down and think about, what do I like to use? What are my top 5 favorite things that I use in my journal? I also wanted to just make sure that I say that I'm not gonna include things like my pen and like the insert that I use, because I feel like that's such a personal choice. You know what I mean? Paper is a personal choice. So I don't want to like say that. I don't want to include it in the top 5 because yeah, I just don't want to. I'm not going to. My video. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's go. I wanted to share with y'all my top 5 products that I use, or 5 things, whatever, that I use in my journaling. And I really had to sit down and think about this because I've journaled my entire life, but I've done this style of journaling for over 2 years, I think now. There's some broad, categories, and then there's not so broad categories. So I'm gonna try my best to be specific, but if it's not specific, I'll just give you examples and all that good stuff. So first things first, I would say number 1 thing that I changed, and you won't see me using anymore much in my journals. And let me grab my first journal that I ever had, a Traveler's Notebook insert, and I'll show you. This is my very first volume 1 Traveler's Notebook journal, and it is a standard size. And you'll notice in my very first, I have Tippins, and I have this washes of distressed stains is what they're called, distressed stains. I went hog wild crazy buying a ton of distressed stains at the beginning, and what I didn't realize is that they have a shelf life of 2 years. So after about a year and not even a year, and I kept them kind of on top of my thing, and there was light there, and so that could have been a part of it, but they started smelling really funky, and they had mold all on them. And the color just totally changed. They all just turned like a really mucky green pond water. They turned pond water. And so I didn't realize that they had such a short shelf life. And because I didn't use it much, I just used it for a quick wash, I basically had to throw a bunch of them out. If you're going to use them a lot, I'd say well, let me back up. If you're going to use them, I'd say grab colors that you're going to use like every single day. Like for me, it'd be marmalade and like picked raspberry, pink and orange. You know what I mean? Like those are 2 that you'll see that I use quite a bit. Pink and orange here. Like I've always, from the very beginning, have just pink and orange are my jam. I do not use those anymore. What I would suggest is watercolors. The reason why I love watercolors, and I did a plopping video. I call it plopping. I mean, it's not really a technical term, but this is one of the pages that I did. And I really like watercolor because there's so much that you can do with it. You can paint, this is an abstract floral. You can just plop on a page. You can, look at this. So you can mix them together with the brush. That's the other thing. With the distress stains, you can't really go on top of the other one because it'll cross, the colors will cross on the little dauber things. But watercolor, look at this, y'all. This is a doily. I think I put the doilies, but this is just a white doily I got from the craft store, and you can watercolor doilies and then dry them and put them on your pages, and you can, oh my gosh, there's just so much to do. I have a set that I've collected for a while of Daniel Smith watercolors. These are My favorite watercolors, you can see a lot, like there's the orange and my pink is going away. But these are my watercolors, and the 10 I bought from eBay. You just have to kind of score them on eBay when you can find them because they're hard to find. This one I love. Little Artist. It just, oh, makes me so happy. But you don't have to get expensive ones like Daniel Smith. You can grab that little Jane Davenport set, which is somewhere around here. I don't even know. But you can grab that set for like $19 with a coupon at Michael's. I think internationally you have to go through her site. I think there might be someone in the UK now who sells them. I can't remember. But yeah, that little set works just fine. But I really enjoy watercolors. I use them most of the time in my journal pages. Like today, I filmed a video of this spread for my patrons. And this is magical powders. So it's not watercolor. It's a dye-based thing. I'll do that sometimes. But for the most part, when I'm quickly doing something, I'll plop down some watercolors. So watercolors is for me a must-have for my journaling, because here's another reason too. Sometimes because of the ink that I use, I started a little journal sesh back here, you know, and then I kept going and going and going and going. And there's no like creative, but because I have the bulletproof ink, I can just watercolor over it and still make it look pretty. So that's that. The second thing is when you're journaling, I mean, you can write in your dates just fine. That's fine. But I really like using a date stamp to do my dates. And you'll see it all throughout my journals. Like here's a date stamp right here. I'll do it on a tab. Like sometimes I'll put a tab. Where's one? I could find one over here. See, like I'll do like a reverse tab and I'll put the date on the tab. I've been doing this for a while. You can see it in my original journal here way back when, is I would take a date and I would just clean off the stamp right on the page. So yeah, I just love this little cheapo office date stamp. And I mean, for dates, you can get super creative. I have this number stencil. This is one of my favorite stencils, but I mean, you don't have to have this. I use this one most of the time. This is just a cheapo office stamp that has the date on it. And I love that stamp. I use it a lot. And you'll see a little while ago, I bought, okay, look at this. This is like the ginormous version. Now, this was seriously a treat, part of my allowance for 1 month. And this was, I think, like $30 or something. I think I got a coupon for signing up for the email list or something. I try not to buy things full price. But anyway, this one is just a ginormous version of this one. And I thought it was fun. And anyway, budgeted that out. So yes, a date stamp. Those are fun. Watercolor, date stamp. And then washi, of course. Like washi is like amazing. I love washi. And obviously you can use washi to decorate your pages. You can use it to tip in things. You can use it as just like decoration. Like I think I used some washi here, just some little strips of washi, and then drawing on it with a India ink. And then, you know, for pictures, you can use it to, like, I'm a big, that brings me to my fourth thing. Okay, so I had watercolor, the date stamp, washi, but it kind of goes with the fourth thing, which is pictures. Just print your pictures. That is one of my favorite things. I was on a huge Polaroid craze. I have a little video on how to make tiny Polaroids. So I just love adding the Polaroids to my pages, and I use this thin washi. Now, if you don't have thin washi, look, it's so easy to just chop that sucker up yourself and make it thin. I do that all the time when I want a pattern that I don't have. I just do this number, split it down the middle, boom. You've got 2 pieces of thin washi. Not perfect. Awesome. I don't like perfect. So just put those on the little corners of your Polaroid pictures or whatever kind of pictures you want to put it, you know, you can put it anywhere you want to put stuff. Look. Right there. So washi's awesome. Pictures, print out your pictures like I said before. You can tip them in. Let's see. I think I've tipped this one in. And you can just paste them like this. Watercolor, date stamp, pictures, washi, bits. Bits. That's what I was going to say. What do I mean by bits? I mean, us paper hoarders, we hoard bits of stuff from our life and bits of things from the scrapbook store. Like today, I was cleaning off my desk because it was awful. I had all this random stuff and I filmed a Patreon video. I was like, you know what? I'm going to kind of do kind of a honey slim pickings. Not really because it's more than 5, but I'm going to see how much of this stuff. And this stuff was in there too. And I was like, let me see how much I can put together because I'm really loving this just pasting stuff on a page, you know? So like this was from a movie ticket. This was from a what do you call it, fortune cookie. This was some like old paper I had from somewhere. These from some flowers. This is an awesome girl from James Burke, whom I love. You have to go to his channel right now. If you do not know James, which most of y'all probably do, he's amazing. I love him. So he gave me some bits. He gave me an envelope of bits, y'all, and I hadn't used any of them yet. They were hiding under a pile on my desk. So I uncovered them. I unearthed James's treasures. They're like gems. It was like, oh. And so I used them on my journal and I'm so excited. I love his bits. And he has these things called orange grab bags that you can buy on his Etsy page sometimes. And basically it's a bag of bits. It's a bag of his artistic bits and I love them. Love them, love them, love them. So bits, you need some bits. You don't need them, but I'm telling you, my favorite is having bits in my journals because they're awesome. Like here's like a little thing I found. Let's see, like just like cutting that out, not cutting it, but here's like a little doily. Here's some bits right there. And yeah, like just, they're super fun to do. And I did, let me see if I can find it. Let me look. I think it was this journal where I really went bit crazy. I'd hang off stuff and cut off stuff. I call it cut off, hang off. So you'd hang off this, cut off that. And I just love, I'm getting back into that. Oop, butterflies, hello. So that's a part of me. I think this journal flip through, I have all my journal flip throughs available to view. Look, there's a bunch of bits on that tip in. See? Bits, 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 bits. I feel like they're one of my favorite things to use in my journals is bits and pictures, washi tape to hold it all together, and your watercolor paint, and of course a date stamp. I use that all the time. So anywho, it's so hard to narrow it down to 5 things because everybody wants all the things, including me. If I had to narrow it down to what could you, if you never did this before in your life and you wanted to start, then I would say a good set of, decent set of watercolors that Jane sets fine. Primas are great. Primas are basically kind of the same quality as the Jane Davenport, so they have a very wide range of colors. And they're pretty inexpensive too. I think you can get them for like 20 bucks on Amazon sometimes, but a good set of watercolors. It doesn't have to be professional, Daniel Smith or Schminke or anything. Just having something to put your date down if you want to do something creative and fun with your date. You can write your date in. You don't have to stamp it. It's just something I enjoy the look and the aesthetic of it. Pictures, obviously, like, the whole point is, for me, I scrapbooked a lot back in the day and I don't have time to scrapbook, but I can print out a picture or two and stick it in my journal. And it's kind of like an album. And, you don't have to read everything to just skim through and see the pictures. You know what I'm saying? It's the process is really what it's all about. I don't know if anybody's going to read these or not, but I enjoy looking through them and I enjoy seeing where I've been. And so the pictures, washi, put it all together, and your bits. So y'all, that is how I narrowed it down. It was hard. And I would love to know some of your favorite stuff that you use in your journaling. Let me know in the comments down below. I will surely read everything. Be looking out probably after my traveling in September. I'm thinking that's going to be when it is. After September, October time, then be looking for a video. I'm going to be doing a giveaway to just thank everybody for sticking with me and for supporting me and loving on me through this journey. And yeah, check James out. Y'all won't be disappointed. He's amazing. And anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. I will see y'all later. Bye. I had a brain fart. What am I doing? It's happening more and more these days. Ah, my microphone. Stop. What the heck? Okay, no. I really like this a lot. So I wanted to try. this ink and see if that's the case. Stamping on the corner of this. because there's a lot of that negative space right there. Okay, so let's just try. Oh, I'm scared, but here we go. OMG.